What is going on, guys? Jay Hoyt back with you today. I am bringing you the 6th episode in the BAGM series. Now, in last video, you saw the playoffs, a very disappointing turn of events for both Ottawa and the Binghamton Senators, where Ottawa lost 4-2 against Detroit, and Binghamton lost 4-3 against Wilkes-Barre. Now, I did simulate right up to June 21st, the day before retirement and 2 days before the draft. Now, you might be wondering who won the Calder Cup and who won the Stanley Cup. It was Pittsburgh Penguins that won the Stanley Cup. I don't know exactly what the series was, but they ended up winning. And Wilkes-Barre Scranton ended up winning the Calder Cup. So the team that faced Binghamton in the first round ended up going all the way to the finals and winning. Alright, guys, let's go to the retirements. I didn't want to make that go too long, but retirements, usually there's not many, but sometimes there's a couple. But notable names: St. Louis looks like it's gone. A bunch of older guys: Jerome McGinley, Yager. I mean, obviously in real life he's not retired yet, but in the game he always goes early. Zdeno Chara, Shane Doan. Looks like, and there's always no goalies the first year, which kind of bugs me. But trade block, I'll go do this real quick. Let's just get rid of all this stuff, because we're probably not going to make any trades at the draft, which would be kind of dumb. Actually, we'll just leave those guys on there, because screw them. Alright, so going in the draft, it looks like we need either defensive help or something. I don't know yet. So we actually have the 15th pick. So, I mean, it's not terrible, but it obviously could be better. So, now here's the question. Do we want to trade up and get McDavid, or kind of stay in the same spot and get whoever we get? But I feel like I always get McDavid and then always just conquer after that. But we actually have a couple trades. Nobody really of interest there. But we are going to head into the draft. We're not going to make any trades. Obviously, McDavid goes number 1. A bunch of guys go before or after him. I'm just trying to read the names, see if there's a couple guys I recognize. But anyway, we're going to go right into the draft. Who do we got here? We got Dylan Strome, another standout from Erie, along with McDavid. Glenn Godin. Alright, so we got a couple prospects here. Now, usually in BAGM modes that I play, there's always those really standout players that you recognize in the first couple years of the draft. And those are usually the Dylan Stromes, the Connor McDavids, the main guys that you know are going to be good. But I've never actually gotten Dylan Strome on any of my teams. Now, it may sound weird because I've been playing since like NHL 09, and I've never had like one of the top players on my team. Usually, I try to rotate, try to be more realistic, and not try to trade up and get McDavid every single time. But in this case, we're actually gonna take Dylan Strome with our first overall, or with our 15th overall pick in the first round. Simulate through. We actually have 2 second rounds. We have a 15th. Holy, what? Calgary has 3 straight picks. Wow. All right. So we have the 15th and the 21st pick. There is a player in mind that I'm thinking of. So hopefully he doesn't get taken, and he is still there. I think I didn't see him, but there's a player. I don't know if he's still here. I'll have to check. But till then, we'll just look through these guys. We don't really want too many centers because I feel like we have way too many. But that seems to be all that's good in this game. It's just centers beyond centers. So this is a guy I was actually thinking about, Daniel Sprong. It's weird with him. NHL 14, I always got him. He always got up to the NHL. Always did very, very well. And in this game, he's not too great. I don't know if it's his potential or the way he's made in this game, but he just doesn't get good at all. So I did see a player I did want, so we're actually going to take him with our next pick. But for this pick, it may seem kind of weird, I think, if I go with what I'm thinking. But I think I'm going to go with this player up here. Not him, right here. Nikita Kor, I don't even know how to say his name, but this guy, I usually get him, but I actually don't usually get him, I should say. And I always see him. He ends up doing pretty well. So I'm gonna get Nikita Koro. I don't even know what. Okay, this guy. All right. So we're actually gonna go a couple more, and the player I want is still not drafted. So it's a little farther down, We probably could have given him with our next pick even. It's past strong even. So Jeremy Roy, he's expected to go pretty high in the draft this year. But let's go centers. Start right at the top. Obviously, Mika Zibanejad, we're definitely going to re-sign. He does want a lot of money, so let's go 3 at 2.75. Now, if you know the system as far as contracts go, you usually can get them for a little bit cheaper. But Mika Zibanejad will sign for 3 years at 2.75. Hopefully, he'll go for that. Peugeot, I definitely think he has part of our future. So let's just sign him 3 years. We'll just go 700,000. Now, what other players do we have? We have Garrett Thompson. He's not good. Camper, we're actually gonna get rid of because we do have a couple guys that I want to bring in. With Dylan Strom, end up being something decent. Derek Grant, he's old, so I'm gonna release him. Now, what I'm actually gonna do is wait till after free agency, I think, or even into free agency to start signing some of the potential guys like Dylan Strom into the team. Just so you guys know. Danny Heatley, if you want low money, I will re-sign you. He wants... What did you even do last year for me? I mean, I know we got you for a little bit, but how about we sign you 1 year, $2 million, and if you don't start performing, I'll end up trading him too. But here, I don't think this is really a question, guys. Mike Hoffman to the mode. But here's where the big question is: our right wing spot. Chris Neal, I don't want you anymore. Just get off my team. Mark Stone, definitely gonna resign you. Wow. So he actually wants low money, and we could abuse this so bad. But I think 5 years, we'll get to know if he's a good player or not. That gets him up to he's 28 years old, and 5 years we can either put him on the second line, third line. If he grows, then great. We have him for a little while. So I think that'll be a good contract. Now, it's going to be a risky contract, but, I mean, it's an easy one that you can always trade off. Now, Alex Chiasson, why do you want a lot of money, bro? You're not even that good. But 2 years. All right, so he's probably in the fourth line. So let's give him a little bit of money. So let's sign him. I like this contract. 1.75 at 2 years. Because I'm not sure what to think about him. In a couple different game modes, he becomes kind of weird. So I'm not really sure. But Eric Condra, he's a good depth guy. He actually performed in the playoffs a couple years ago. So if you want a little to no money, then I will keep you. But okay, 1 year, okay. So we're going to bring back Eric Condra on a two-way deal to bring him back for a depth guy. Now, Cole Schneider, you may not think he's actually good, but he actually puts up points, which is very surprising. So I'm going to do the same thing I did with Prince and give him a contract. So, low contract, but at least he can perform down there. Now, a couple of our guys are actually good. So that's good to see. This guy, I don't remember him, but probably all three of these guys will end up playing here eventually. Defense, Lucas Spiza, we had to resign. I knew that. 4 years, that's kind of a little high there, bud. But if we can sign him to about how about 3.85 at 3 years? Because I don't know what to think about him yet. Let's give him a full season in Ottawa to see what he's going to do. Aaron Johnson, no. So we're probably end up trading Phillips and probably Mathod at one point. Graba and Borowiecki are good for depth. But these guys, usually people just get rid of them. But if they're doing good and they're somewhat decent, then I'll usually keep them. But some of these guys I do like and are actually somewhat decent players. Chris Wyman actually had a breakout year this year. I don't know if anybody heard about that. He was the HL player or defenseman of the year. Won something else. But Mullen, you're old. Get out of here. Freddie Clayson, he's actually my favorite player. So I got to keep him. Now, eventually, if he doesn't become good, I will end up getting rid of him. But for now, we're going to keep him regardless of what he's doing because he usually does get to become a good player. But Engelland, I'm not sure what to think about this player. I don't know much about him. He's big. I know that. On about half the games, he put up 8 points. So we're actually going to give him a 1 year deal. And hopefully he's actually in the lineup. Actually, let's give him a 2 year deal. Just in case somebody moves on or I release somebody. And let's just give him a shot. So here's the big question I've been dreading all video. Andrew Hammond, what should we do with him? Let's see what he wants first of all. You want, like, absolutely no money. So we're actually going to keep Andrew Hammond this year. Hogberg, again, I don't know much about this player either. He's not playing in Ottawa or Binghamton, and I don't really know where he's playing actually. But we're actually gonna release him. I have a feeling Chris Driedger's gonna do better, and Moody. I know this was a big question mark going into the offseason, but I think he can fill that role very well, and eventually he'll probably grow the ranks to become the AHL starter. But for now, we're gonna leave him unsigned. All right, so we have a couple guys that did. So we have $12 million to deal with. So Stone, we'll probably end up sending him to his money. Yeah, I kind of like this deal instead. We'll just give him 1.25 at 3 years. That's good for me. Mika Zibanejad, kind of gypped you out. Let's just go 3 at 3. I like that. And we'll probably do the same for Hoffman if he didn't accept. Yep, he didn't either. So let's sign him to 3 at 3. We definitely need those two guys back for that second line. And then Danny Heatley, I'm not really sure what to do with you. That was kind of a weird sentence there. But let's just go. Do you want 2 at 2? How about that? I think that's what we offered him last time. But let's give him 2 years at 2. But let's see what we got here. Looks like Justin Williams. Let's just go in and we'll see it firsthand. Justin Williams, right wing. That's nice to see. Paul Martin. That's good to see. All right, so we got a couple guys, a bunch of older guys actually. Sean Mathias, a young power forward. Vermette, also a former Senator. So we got a couple questions to put into the video, but it looks like there's a lot of older guys that are going to be retiring in the next couple of years. Goalies, there's nothing there really. So what I am probably going to do is cut the video a little bit, and I'll see what's going to go on, and then I'll come back to you once I've made the moves, or I'm about to make the move. I'm not exactly sure yet, but I will get back to you. Alright guys, we are back, and I was looking through for trades and everything. I actually haven't even gone a day. I've just been looking for trades for the guys I want to get rid of, and I was looking at this trade. Now, you may be wondering why I was looking at this trade. Now, Phillips and Matha are both basically playing on the third line defense, right? So here's the defensive core. So we basically have a solid top 4 right now, and 2 right-handers and 2 left-handers. And our bottom is is struggling basically. So what I was looking for was a defensive that could play with Carlson, so that way I could either bump Weirkoch or Spiza down to the third line. So, and we also have, I keep forgetting, we have Boro and Greiva here. So they're a little bit lower overall, but if we don't have anybody better, we can always replace them with one of those two. But I was looking for a top line left defensive guy, and I came across Andre Sekera. Now I know he was just traded from Carolina to LA in a somewhat decent big trade, and he's got some good trade value on him, and he's locked up for another 4 years, which is basically what we need. So in 4 years, if he's still there, and he's gonna be about 33, I think it is. So basically have one more contract, then he's probably gonna be done. Maybe, depending on the length, probably another maybe 4 years after that. Maybe it's about 38 years old, unless he retires before then. I don't know who it would be, so I don't think I'm going to. I mean, maybe Colin Greening, but he's only got 1 year left. So either way, we're gonna have to resign him next year. But I think on that fourth line role, he should be fine. And I just actually hit my keyboard, so sorry if you could hear that. And if not, then we also have Pajot that's hungry to come up. So we might end up signing a couple more prospects in the offseason. But for now, I'm going to cut it again and see what happens. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Welcome back, guys. We just got done with the offseason. We just got all the signings done. I think I showed you the trade. But if not, I'll show you our team as it is right now. Some of the roster may be messed up, but here's our team. For the most part, we have Turris, Zibanejad, Smith, Richards, and Lazar as our centers. But however, I think Lazar is going to be playing our third line right wing spot. Then we have Hoffman, actually got a big jump, so he might be on that first line this year. We don't know yet. And we have MacArthur, Heatley, and Greening. And then we have Ryan Chiasson and Mark Stone. And on defense, we did make that big trade for Sekera, so obviously we're going to have him in the lineup there. We have Spiza, we have Weirkoch, Greiva, and Boro. But obviously we have CC, and you obviously do see some of the depth guys there. But goalie, then we obviously have Anderson and Leonard probably going to be 1 and 2 in Ottawa, and then we obviously have Hammond. It will be Hammond, Dreger, and Moody down here. So I just wanted to give you guys a little quick update to what I did. So in the next video, we will go through the preseason and probably the first month of simulating. I'll show you the lines and what we're going to start with the season with. And on that note, guys, leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment to what you think of the series. And subscribe if you're new to my channel. But anyway, guys, that's the end of the video, and I will see you later.